Just want to go around and see. Right, so basically the main entry into the house, we have an open plan design. So we have the open plan design and basically have the living, dining, kitchen layout here for us. All of them having nice views to the backyard. So we're going to have the swimming pool here in future as an addition. But basically, tall trees in the back to give us some privacy and create this private backyard for us to entertain. It'll be very nice. Glazing here throughout, keep the views unobstructed. And again, living, dining, kitchen layouts to connect. We'll have a closed kitchen also for dirty stuff, staircase access. Nice for you entrance, by the way. For this property, we are looking at it being a 4-bedroom house, mainly, but it's like a 5-bed if you think about it because of the domestic quarters. So I have a master suite on the ground here too that has a beautiful view to the pool also. In every space, like how we design, has to have view to the main attraction area. There's nice mountain views all around also. That is the Pepon range, Ebri, all those areas. But again, when neighbors come, obviously they will cover up some of the views, so it's always good to have your own view that's unobstructed and is fully yours. So we're going to have the kitchen back here, island here. So we have the ensuite, toilet space, and then ground floor master suite will be here. So envisaging it, if you come this way, and then the bed is situated this way, this is the kind of view you'll be having. So have the pool this way, the deck and all that, right? There we're looking at it being the outdoor entertainment space, right? And then you could just chill in the backyard like that, right? Master suite 2 on the ground here with a private terrace in the back like that. So we're going to have trees, greens, all that and make it feel lush. And basically on the ground, second room will be in the back there, which can serve as a guest or domestic quarters for you. So 2 rooms on this wing, closed kitchen stairs. We have the open living. We have our flex space there. We have an outdoor space here. And basically go upstairs. It's just a simple house with a simple brief bar. Looking at the neighborhood, we tried to do something a bit different and unique in our style, away from the regular, and create a feeling more for entertainment, because definitely I'm going to be hosting a lot of get-togethers here. Clients, he's big on exercise, he's big on hygiene, he's big on health, and he's also big on family. So basically we tried to incorporate all that into here, and one thing we told him is just open your mind to what we can get, because we don't even know what we're going to design for the space. And I think this is like one of my top 10 homes that we've designed right now. Yeah, I can't wait for it to come up so that you can see it. It's got a bit of an interesting geometry happening here and there. Well, yeah, I mean, you can just feel the space. Moving onto the deck, coming out onto the outdoor place. And play table tennis here, chill out. You can even have like an outdoor gym here. Even though the house has a gym, I still have like the outdoor activities here. Exercise a bit, jump into the pool, back, chill out. I mean, I can't wait for the house opening. We do the house warming and then we see. But yeah, I think so far with the build looks good. Concrete looks fine. We have our structure too. Our support's looking good enough for spans that we want. I think generally everybody has done a good job. I mean, we just come and say this is nice, this is not nice, remove, don't remove. But yeah, I think I like it. I like everything about it so far. The vision is coming out well. It's quite a sizable house, I should say. Wow. I think it will be worth it for the many years that we hope that this building will be here for. And yeah, I think we'll try and show a few conceptual 3Ds to batteries so that you can get an idea of what we're trying to do. But all in all, I think it's fine. I like it to look this way. Yeah. There's a shot style we had this way where you'd see like us on the seating out here with a pool along the side, and then you see the next level at the top here too with the terrace views here. So the master will get a view, room here gets a view, family area gets a view, office gets a view, everywhere gets a view into here, and also gets external views to the mountain range and all that. So I think generally all in all we've got it right, and clients loves it, we love it. If there's any tweaks that will come from my brain after discussing with the team, if we want to, fine. But I think all in all we have enough space from the fence wall everywhere for it to still feel away. And yeah, again, I like it. Can't wait to see how everything comes up. So looking forward to it. Kudos to the team, to the clients, to everybody. I think we are good.
Shushu.
Yeah.
So tell us, why did you design the terrace in that way with the slants?
Yeah, we're trying to get character at the upper floor. So the upper floor, we didn't want to have like in our square areas, we didn't want to have like just big terraces that were wasteful. So in chamfering it, you see there's a feature wall there that supports that cantilever, and it sort of divides the master terrace from the general terrace. So in us slanting it, it sort of meets up with that feature wall in a way to create a sense of division and privacy. So you see, if you look at this one, it looks like it just connects through. So if the master is there, we say it's a private terrace, and then the public terrace is there, it sort of is a divide because then anybody can walk there. But then we have that feature wall that will come up in this area. We have a feature wall that will come up in this area, right? That goes up like that. The stone wall. Nice wall. That creates that division with the planter and everything that we're going to have here. So that's what informed us to have this, to create that division there. And yeah, we still have enough compound space, and we still have backyard space. We prefer backyard space to front yard space because it's more private, and you don't get people sneaking through your fence wall and looking inside, and you're sort of protected from by your neighbors from the outside, because you have a neighbor to your right, neighbor to your back, neighbor to your left. So in our designs, you can't really tell the front from the back and the back from the front, and we mix it up, confuse you a bit, and every day the house feels fresh to you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that because the house is facing the backyard, and usually with designs you see around the house is usually facing the front. So you've answered that question on
Yeah.
why everything is
I
towards
mean, it depends on what you
the
call
back.
front and back. It's not like a human being that has eyes in the front that you say this is the front of your face. So it basically deals around the psychology of the house, how you want to design it and make the person feel a certain feeling, right? Because if you are here, psychologically, everything draws you to this point, right? And in a way, it sort of guides your orientation. Because when you have the pool centrally like this, when you're here, it's drawing you this way. When you go to the right here, it's drawing you this way. When you're at the other end, it draws you. So the focal point sort of ties all the spaces together without making it feel like you're in the house, but it's like everything is facing one direction. When you're here, it feels like you're facing a wall. So we sort of just try to work on the psyche of the people that are going to use the space, the psychology of them for. And the funny things are, okay, that's unnecessary information. So we try to work with the psychology and the feeling of the space where the experience always leads you back to nature. It leads you back to where everything began, in the garden. So we try to focus everything on loving the garden, loving the greens, and then we feel a need to protect and take care of the greens. Usually, a lot of people don't have greens. They say maintenance, maintenance, but I think if you can contain it nicely and it adds to the aesthetic of the house, you will see the need and feel a need to take care of it well. So basically, even if it doesn't do the pool now, right? You can have like a beautiful garden space with a water feature that is just going to resonate with the design and then the feeling we want in the house. Even right now, the neighbor's poly tank is filling. You hear water, it's nice, right? So if we have hours here and then we have the water flow, it just gives that calming sensation throughout the house. Because I like listening to water, rainwater, and all that. And if I can have it in my house, I like to give my clients that too. Birds coming in, all that natural feeling. It's zen, very zen.
Okay. It seems you like the idea of open concepts because you incorporate that a lot into your designs. But there are usually some concerns with the open kitchen and all that. So how do you consider that in your design?
I mean, open plan. I. It's not just me. I mean, I work with people, and basically, well, since I direct it, yes, I do direct it towards the idea of open plan because I hate a lot of walls. It makes you feel caged. An open plan concept gives you a feeling of freedom. I feel like if you build your own house, you shouldn't feel caged in your house. You should feel liberating to be in your own space and to connect. Now, the open plan idea gives us freedom to reconfigure anytime that we want. And when you realize that apart from the services, which you have fixed pipes, everything remains flexible to the user to manipulate it as much as you want. Because again, we want the house to live longer than even the builder and the first residents. Children, grandchildren, great grandchildren. Times will change, feelings will change, but we want the house to maintain the soul. But then again, when technology comes in and things change, you can easily configure or reconfigure the house to accommodate the times and it will still feel as fresh as the first day that it was done and we moved in, right? So with open kitchens, usually they are show kitchens, right? Now, some people say in Ghana, why are you doing an open kitchen? The thing is that some people like to host people and they like to cook. And cooking is an art. I mean, I see cooking as an art. And I personally, if I'm entertaining people, I like to have them around while I'm cooking and having conversations and interacting, right? So I prefer open kitchens. The whole idea of the sense, more money, and all that. I don't cook with more money. I don't have a problem. If the ladies who cook with the more money, there's always a smaller closed kitchen for all those activities, right? So basically, I think it depends. There's technology to counter all those things, but it generally depends on the client. I don't think anything is good or bad. I just think if it's done sensitively and wisely, it can fit in nicely and you wouldn't have a problem, right? And there's one thing too that we always like to do, to have like a main bed on the ground. Old age, blah blah blah. I mean, people will grow old, need to grow weak. We don't want people to be old and not be able to enjoy the house. So we like to keep designs in such a way that when you have you hit that age, or you have older residents around, they still feel connected and feel belonging. So you have your privacy, but you still feel connected to everybody in a sense. So I think generally you can see our concepts run through almost, or if not all, our designs, unless we are trying to tweak something else. But the soul of the design, the feeling of liberation, the feeling of belonging, and the feeling of still owning your own spaces within everything is what we try to achieve. So all in all, I think, yeah, that's what we've achieved here. We have secluded private spaces, we have general public spaces, and you try and keep the services away. So the drying lines and things, that's another thing that you ask. So when it comes to services, drying lines, obviously the backyard is where people usually do their services, drying lines, all that. But the idea is that you can coordinate this thing in such a way that you keep the backyard as beautiful and as aesthetic, and then you still have corner spaces that you have all your laundry stuff and things working in, right? So when people come into your house, they will never see your services, they never see where the rubbish is, never see where the drying lines are, but you still live as a Ghanaian as you are. You get it? So here we've walked around, you don't see all those things. Those things are tucked in what you call the front of the house. But again, depending on how the coordination is and how the ideology of the design is, you can distract people from focusing or seeing those elements of the house and concentrating their gaze towards the most important and aesthetic appeal of the house, the features. So all in all, the design is also in such a way that you can access the backyard without going through the main house. Let me show you. That's one thing we like to do in our designs, because we don't like people just coming in from the outside into the main house. So even from here, when you enter the space, there's an entry foyer before you graduate into the formal living, right? So this whole idea of you coming with dirty shoes and all, we're going to have a shoe rack here that you can change into slippers. The Japanese do that a lot, where you come in, you take off your dirty shoes and you change into house slippers. We do that at home and in the office too. So it's something that we feel makes sense, keeps the place neat, and we like to stick to. So say we come into the house for a party, we've been invited, main entry here, but we still have an alternate access through here, which takes you to a nice garden space. We'll have some greens and lights here, very beautiful walkway, and then brings you to the terrace, which also connects to the lounge area. So you sort of make this transition here quietly, and then when it draws you towards the lounge, then you get a full sensation of the house from here. So we sort of like our design in such a way that we give you certain points of views, because when we're designing, we also looked at the building from different angles that were interesting, and we want you to, we sort of like to capture those experiences. So this will be a place where when you sit down, you have the water here, you have the green, you can appreciate the scale of the house from this angle nicely, and majorly just connect nicely. So you can come here, chill out, everything, but you don't need to come to the main house. You can come to the alternate access, which is here. You get it? So yeah, basically just some interesting features here and there in the house that we like to keep and show. And yeah, all in all, this QB house, and so far so good.